Tumeenda round tumetoka state 2 tumerudi huku umetuambia juu.
Yeah, sasa but one thing I remember now, blessings were becoming too many. Nilikuwa na Kenya kidogo sana. Naitwa mainchi, but one thing I must mention, when Mom Evangelist Wairimu came to Kenya, she started looking for me. Na remember hiyo time bado niko Kambi Kristo kwa hiyo nyumba ka one bedroom. Not ka one bedroom, ka bed sitter.
Karum.
Ako Karum. And I must say it openly because haina haja kudanganya mtu baada wameishia. Mimi kwa hii nchi sijaiona mtu kama Evangelist Teresa Wairimu, because now she used to have events at Jamhuri High School. Jamu. She would have conferences there. Anasema Rufftone naitwe, she used to pay me 100,000 per performance. Like this. Nikimba mara moja hivi 100. Tena nite hiyo wiki ingine tena ingine 100.
What?
I'm telling you the truth. Na yeye watu wajui yeye ndiye alifanya hii nini zaidi ya muziki performance. Ali
finance.
Yes.
She did a fundraising.
Yes.
Walipatia I don't know 1 point something million.
Yes.
Akasema while I collect,
yes.
Pewa dosa hii.
Yes. Yeye ndiye
alikuwa zaidi ya muziki album ita.
Yes. Yeye ndio mother wa zaidi ya muziki. So watu wakifikiria Jogsi na nani? Gospel Fathers ati waliamua tu Z. It was orchestrated by evangelist prophetess Teresa Wairimu. So she's the one who orchestrated that. Na hawa wase wote walikuwa wanaitwa show, wanapigwa so 50 70. Akasema I know this generation people will not understand you people, but I want to tell the church in Kenya that there's a new breed of soldiers God is bringing. They could be weird and you cannot understand them, but they're going to do this thing and I'll be the first one to support and empower them. What? If I'm lying, mtu aseme.
Alikuwa nalipa
100. As if that's not enough, akawa na conference Central London. Akanambia Rufftone and Kevin, we are going with you to London. Akatulipia air ticket, tukaenda kulala London Hilton Hotel. Hata Hilton ya Kenya miss jailala. Central London, my friend. Tunasaviwa na watu kutoka nje. Tukakaa huko karibu 1 week.
Okay, Raf, there's something that I want.
By the way, that is where Kev bought his first turntables, if not second or third. But I remember mimi nikipeleka DJ Kev kwa streets za London tukinunua pre-owned turntables. Hapo ndio penye Kev alinunua mashini zake za kwanza.
Okay, I want to segue kwa sababu umeongea juu ya hii. What is the role of church in the next in giving the baton and facilitating the next move of what God is doing? Unaona vile imekufanyia? Like if you're speaking to the church today, I feel like the church ya leo haifanyi.
Mimi nitakuwa direct. Unajua I don't miss my words.
Okay, so
mimi nimelelewa Eastlands. Na vile nilikuwa nimelelewa Eastlands, nakumbuka Buru ilikuwa kwa mababi in quotes. So mademu wa Buru walikuwa wanakuwa admired sana. But wa Eastlands walikuwa wanajua hawapatiwi attention home. So walikuwa wanajua mademu wa Buru mara mob parents wao ni wadosi. So Buya akikuja anakuja kuprepare for tomorrow. Na tomorrow for the day after tomorrow. So attention, they were attention hungry. Mother the same. Buya akifanya bank, mother anafanya pengine kwa sako ama anafanya kwa organization fulani, NGO. So those girls were so vulnerable because that's the reason why ukiangalia Buru rates za pregnancy za makanga na madere ziko juu. And I believe it's replicated even in Langata, South B and many other estates. Because now the parents don't give them an ear and attention. They get it from somewhere else because they have been designed. Man is a social being. So if they not get what they want from point A, they'll get it from point B.
By any means necessary.
By any means necessary. So that is what the church is failing to do. These young people, you are the parents and they're craving for your attention. You need to be a parent, you need to guide them, you need to protect them, you need to assure them that they're enough and they're going somewhere and God is able to sustain them throughout mpaka wako wazee. But if you don't do that, now makanga na madere ni maclub, ni madisco, ni macorporates, ni politicians, they will console them but at a price. So there's something that I learned very early. If you don't give the youth what to do, they will give you what to do. Pick one. if you don't give them assignments, if you don't give them assurance and all that, even a church, if you don't do that to the young people, they will give you something to do. How will they give you something to do? They'll venture into crime. Utasikia mavijana wa mangusho kama wa Gaza, Kayole. As a pastor, sasa kazi yako itakuwa ni kuzika vijana badala ya kuombea vijana wakuwe leaders. Usipoongea nao wasichana, wewe kazi yako itakuwa kwenda kusolve divorce cases badala ya kuonesha watu kukuwa servants of God and to be submissive women in their houses. So in whichever way you will work, either to quench the fire or to empower someone, choose one as a church.
Ay, bro. Hapo umeongea for I don't even know how many people. Okay, let's get back to the music. Because we are still on this journey. Mwikulu umetoka. Rufftone now has become a huge gospel artist.
Yes.
And not just gospel, because gospel is now entering this space of taking over the airwaves.
Yes.
I want to understand for you, how does your life change and what comes next?
You see now, God has elevated me to a level whereby now everything I touch turns into gold. And now it's a level where you also need God so much, because there's some altitude when you get to, if you don't have the correct apparatus as a pilot, you'll crash the plane. You cannot navigate in clouds, regardless of how bright you are. You'll just crash. Sababu plane iko upside down, where mind yako inakwambia iko straight. You need the apparatus. So the higher you go, the more you need God. So hiyo ndio tunaweza nikambia watu. Na hata unaona saizi vijana kuna noma, ni kwa sababu they've gone high, lakini wanaendesha ndege kama gari. Na unaona vitu zina crash. They don't know there's somebody who was at the clouds when they were not even born. So they want to disown that person from navigation when they are 35,000 feet above sea level. You cannot go anywhere. Many pilots watakwambia inafikanga mahali unakuwa delusioned, unaingia into a trance. Ndege imebend hivi, ama unafeel ndege imebend kumbe iko sawa. You have to look at the apparatus. If you are to go anywhere, watakwambia you must stay focused onto the apparatus. Otherwise, altitude itakumes. So that's the problem. You cannot disconnect from your author, the originator, creator, who created you when you are going to those high altitude. You cannot. Your lungs are not enough. Your mind is not enough. So the problem that is, and hata saizi bado I'm struggling with that thing. I'm telling God, stay with me. Because huku juu kuna vitu mob sana. Because those simple minds died huku chini. Nitakwambia yani, what do I mean by that? No disrespect. If you are Rufftone in Kakamega, there was a Rufftone in Mukurweini, there's a Rufftone in Ganze, there's a Rufftone in Kibwezi. So ukiona umefika huko juu, you are dealing with the best. From Kibwezi, from pia wamedefeat watu ndio wafike penye.
Ni kweli.
So you need a super power for you to stay afloat. Because now the problem with ukiwa huko juu, people now think about bringing others down. You understand? So you need God. God is the only true friend that you've got when you get to certain levels. Because if you try thinking there's brotherhood, there's all those things.
Hakuna.
Mtu ni calculative love. Yes. He has one jewel that I don't have. How do I get it from his neck without scaring him?
Yeah.
Yes.
So we're on top, people are trying to get you down, and you're also struggling because you want to hold on to God.
To retain the altitude.
Yes.
Because I was taught nothing ever stays constant. You're either going down or up. The word constant is a fallacy.
Okay, so what does that mean in real life terms? So
what that means is the way God has created mankind. You cannot have like insurance, you take it once in a year, then it covers you for 12 months. For God, there's nothing like that. It's a continuous process. It's an instant process. As in, God can say something at 12, by 12:05, he said something else. My wife always tells me that Abraham, when he was told, kill your son, he was told, kill. Na akarelease hiyo kitu anaenda ku. When he was told, stop, ukiangalia, see the seconds difference. So if you could not have had stop, bana, the kid would have died. So the God is a God of now. And he keeps on, the way mi naonanga watu sasa wanatafuta penye internet iko wa update so ma apps. God is like that. You have to update, update what he's saying like continuously, real time. Yeah. So and that is one thing that is not cool, as in for a human being it's a struggle. Unapata ni ngumu at some time, but funny enough with God mi wambia watu ni kama hizi nini ma PK. Ukikula mara kwanza ni kali, lakini ukiendelea the menthol is very soothing. So God kwanza inaanza kuwa ngumu, lakini ukizoea nika tu gym. The same to the gym. It's very painful and all that. But the guys hata sipoenda gym anasikia an ease. Sababu now it's now sweet, it's no longer painful. So you have to persevere till you get to that momentum whereby you can't do without God. And God knows that you can't do without Him. Then you become a miracle worker.
So let me ask you again, I'll come back to you. How does all this that you're saying relate to your life? What started happening? Is it that you got to a point now, you started thinking ume arrive? Or is it that you got to a point where you started feeling the challenges? That what happened?
No, I've gone through all those things. That's the beauty about my life. Kuna time nilikuwa najisikia na feel me ndio unstoppable. Kuna time nilifeel bana, can I do something else? Kuna time una get married, unaanza kuona sasa life from a different perspective when the children starting arriving. But one thing I'm ever reminded by God is the same way everyone was running away from gospel, only a few years later for Chris Kirubi and Capital and the rest to embrace it. So he has the same formula, but now you need to know what is it this time today. What is it? Ni farasi gani nitakana upande saa hizi? That's the question I keep on asking him. Lakini if I've tripped, man. I'm not here as a priest. No. I've been proud, I've been arrogant, I've done all those things. So saa hizi naambia to God, wambia God is one thing I desire is that I may dwell in the presence of your house all the days of my life. Mi nataka nikianza na nikimaliza nimalize ndani ya God. I know he's enough. That is my everything in life, because I've come to realize nothing is ever enough. Nimekuwa kwa mashow ile unaambiwa maze, if you not have come it will never be the same. For you to realize next weekend they call another artist and they told them the same thing. Understand? So I know these things to an extent whereby I'm saying the only true friend I have is God. Na huyo ndio sitaki kumlose kwa life yangu sahi. But mistakes man, man nimezichapa jo.
I love it. Okay, let me ask you. Okay, but let me come back to a song.
Yes.
Bamboo.
Yes.
Where you ended up, like, as I keep saying, umeongea juu ya K South, lazima tuongea juu ya
Bamboo. Bamboo now he got how did I get to meet Bamboo? Bamboo tulikuwa nakutana naye tu. Masho mingi simekwambia tu kutoka Umo, K South walikuwa. So tulikuwa na Bamboo. Ikafika mahali KC akapotea. Ikafika mahali hata pia wao wakasplit na Dubis. Wakaenda solo. So Bamboo tuka cross paths mara moja akiwa kwa hii story ya Usilete Compare. The song was big. Niko hapo na Bamboo akona girlfriend mzungu hapa, Bamboo mazee ashikiki bana. But one thing I liked about Bamboo, the father was a pastor. Is a pastor. So Bamboo had an listening ear.
Yeah. In fact, there's a song that Bamboo and K South had.
Yes.
In the beginning, God created Adam and Eve, and Adam took Eve, and Eve conceived and bore seeds by the name of Abel. But before him was born Cain.
My goodness.
That song,
like,
made me understand just how intelligently this guy knew the Bible.
That guy.
Na hiyo ni ngoma ako kwa Nairobism.
Where? Excuse me. Bamboo, it's okay. Bamboo is an intelligent fella. Now, lyrically, in Kenya, I don't think I've met the people I've met who are lyrical capability, Kahio. I think ni Bamboo na Nyashinski. Only those two. Me, I've been in the game for 22 years now, something.
Ooh.
Yeah. Those two ndo wako na extraordinary X factor in as far as being an AK-47 is concerned. Those are the two lethal weapons we have in this country.
Okay, so wacha to change but alafu tuendelee na hii ngoma.